Good morning. It is Saturday, June 28th, 2025. It's 10 in the morning. Hey, Phil. um, yeah, I don't know how many people are going to actually tune into this because it was very late notice and then I changed the time. And that's fine if people want to watch it later or never. That's also fine as well. I just thought I would try and connect before I leave. Um, yeah, find out what other people are doing and yeah, yeah, just say goodbye. So, Phil, what are your summer plans? While I'm waiting for Phil to respond, trip to Wyoming, Yellowstone. Oh, yeah, I think I would really like to do soon um, a car trip and just like drive through the states and do all of the Joshua Tree National Park and Yellowstone and White Sands. And I actually have a picture. It was like a meme or something someone posted on Facebook, and it's just this line like where you could drive to like hit as many possible famous national parks. Hi, Beth. Not much for summer plans. Going to visit my son in Alabama. That's nice. Oh, Dan, good morning. Dan always blesses me every time he leaves a message, and I appreciate it. Good morning. Anyway, so yeah, ever since I saved the meme somewhere, and I'd love to do that. Just drive, do day hikes, drive to all these places I see on YouTube. Yeah. Oh yeah, going to visit your son. That's awesome in Alabama. What about you, Dan? Any summer plans? So while I am waiting for Dan to respond, no plans currently. That's good too. That is also nice, right? Just to be kind of plan free. Because yeah, this trip that I'm taking, so last summer I had, booked my flights, and then when I realized that I was going to like join up with the GR10 family and go and do the Tour de Mont Blanc with them, I extended my plane ticket by a week, and as it turned out, we were all finished. I could have made my original flight, so that was a $500 cost I incurred. So I was just kind of like lounging about, thankfully, with Benoit. In Bernex in France. So it was nice. But it was, just a week of sort of doing nothing, which I'm not the best at. The summer before that, when I did the GR10, yeah, I had something like 10 days left over. And I was in Paris, with Anthony and Christophe, which again was awesome. But again, you know, it was a lot of time to be in the city, especially after being in the mountains all summer. It was, and they say like after a trip, yes, Benoit cracks us all up, and he loves addressing you and like putting on a show for you, Beth. Yeah, he's very aware of you as well. But anyway, just normal post trip sort of blues, and then in the city and doing the thing I'm worst at, which is relaxing. So this summer, I decided to sort of book my flight a little more precisely. So, there is a little bit of, I'll be keeping an eye on my agenda, that's for sure. So the way I have it planned is I'll finish the hike in 40 days, and then that would leave me 7 days to get myself back to Paris, which I will be far from Paris when I'm done the hike. The hike is not in France. I don't like to advertise where I'll be ahead of time. It might, maybe super overcautious, but that's just how I roll. So it is in Europe. It's not in France, but I am still flying into Paris because once I'm there, it still was, I have to take a train, etc. It was still the cheapest and the fastest to take the train from Paris to my hike start than from anywhere else, than from even the country where this hike is. So that's fine, because then I'll probably get to see Anthony and Christophe. So totally works for me. And yeah, as it turned out, I left booking my train until just a couple of days ago, which is super last minute. So there wasn't one available when I wanted it. So I will be in Paris for, I think, 36 hours before making my way to the trailhead. The hike is, oh yeah, you're in the States, so you're asking in miles. The hike is 840 kilometers, which is 522 miles. So it's a little bit longer than the GR5, and it's a little bit shorter than the GR10, but it is another GR. Yeah, there's like over 100 GRs in Europe, most of them in France, actually, or that's my understanding. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, that's about it. 840 kilometers or so. I mean, I've seen different, just around 840 kilometers. Yeah. I don't know. I actually, one of the original reasons I sort of wanted to do this live stream is I feel like I've been publishing a lot less consistently. Some of that was weather related, but also some of it is like, I really need to find somewhere new for my weekend adventures. I'm kind of Algonquined out, and especially now. Oh yeah, so there was like a big tornado last weekend. I was out there, but not in the eye of the tornado. I guess it's called the eye wall. So I wasn't aware that it was a tornado at the time, but I just kept looking at my tent going, oh my God, the weather's so crazy. And I spent the entire evening in my tent. I never inflated my boat. It was nuts. Limbs were coming down. And then, I mean, there was never a moment where I was scared, but hiking out of there was bazonkers. I was basically Indiana Jones. So many trees down, bridges out, the trail just flooded. At one point there were just, I don't know, 5, 6 big trees over a bridge. So I'm climbing over the trees, over the washed out bridge. It was crazy. That same hike out normally takes me 4 hours, 45 minutes. It took me over 7 hours. So that video is already published. I mean, edited. I just have to press publish. And I will do that before I start this, before I go to Europe. I also have the Father's Day group camp. It's all edited and uploaded. I'm just asking my brother and my dad to view it to make sure that they're okay with it going public. But yeah, as wonderful as it is when I finally get to the camp spot in Algonquin, that part is still magical and amazing. It's the actual hike itself. I've done the hikes so many times that I'm now feeling like it's just not as inviting as it used to be. I went anyway last weekend because I needed to train. And I got excellent training, that's for sure, especially on the hike out. But anyway, yeah, I really need to find, there's Queen Elizabeth II wilderness area, which would be similar, hikes into the backcountry, rustic camp spots, same idea, but apparently that spot, that wilderness area is infested with ticks. So I'm not even going. So yeah, anyway, it's time for some sort of change for my weekends, and I just need to figure out what. So I do apologize that yeah, I haven't published as much. I don't think anyone cares. Yeah. Anywho, how heavy is my backpack? Well, I don't know. I did buy a new backpack scale because my other one conked out. I thought it was the battery. I bought all these special screwdrivers to get it open, replace the batteries, and nope, it's just broken. So I bought a new one. I will weigh my bag. Um, I assume it's going to be the same as always, like around 35 pounds. Last weekend, my bag was 44 pounds, which is ridiculous, but good training. I am starting off with a few, like I'm bringing some Gatorade and some, skim milk powder, like a couple of staples from home. Um, so that's already in my food bag, but yeah, it's funny because I've basically done no special preparation for this trip, and like so sometimes I'd get really freaked out. I'm like I should be, I don't know, like is there something I've forgotten? Like it feels like I should be doing something to prepare for this big trip. But then I realize it's like, well, I go every weekend. Like the backpack is your weekend backpack is no different really than your summer long backpack, except for maybe, your food carry is going to be longer and maybe a couple of extra clothing items, but not much, not much. Um, I removed like my saw, my retractable saw, my chainsaw, fire starter. I removed, oh yeah, like my cook pots. I am again going cook free for this summer, so I removed my cook pots, my windshield. I kept the cutting board because still need that. What else did I remove? I think that's basically it. Yeah, the only big. Do you think you? No, no, no. I will not bring. I will not bring. I never bring the raft to Europe. I mean, the opportunity to use it is far and few between. Um, and as light as it is, it's still, I think, 3.5 pounds. No, it's not. It's not worth it. And then that is a big part of what I enjoy coming home to. Um, is using that again. So nope, I will not be bringing that. Uh, so I bought nothing new for this trip. Well, yeah, that's not true. I bought nothing new for this trip except so I've been wearing the same hiking boots from Mark's Work Warehouse, which is part of the Canadian Tire umbrella, Phil, in case, or any, US viewers. I'm sure you've heard of Canadian Tire. And Mark's Work Warehouse is like a subsidiary in its clothing, for like nurses, construction people, outdoors stuff. Anywho, so I've been wearing the same like hiking boot from there for years. Like I bought it, one pair, loved it, and bought like a million pairs. And now, like I'm on my last pair, and they're fine. They're brand new. I mean, I've worn them through now let's see, 6 weeks ago, I had started hiking into Algonquin. It was calling for 30% chance rain. It started raining. I put my rain gear on. Well, it was a full on, I don't know what, like just, you could see the waves in the sheets of rain coming down. It didn't stop, lightning, thunder. There were like spontaneous waterfalls everywhere. I tried to get a read on my Garmin InReach Mini. I couldn't get a read. That's never happened to me before. I just thought this can't keep up. This wasn't in the forecast. So I kept hiking for 2 more hours. So now I'm 3 hours in, and it did keep up. It did keep up. I was soaked from the bottom up, like, yeah, wherever the rain was like getting onto my pants. Yeah, it was just seeping up and up and up. So I was soaked underneath my rain gear. So I turned right back around anyway and hiked 3 hours out. I tell that story just to say, like, my boots, it was just like there were no avoiding puddles. The entire trail was washed out. So they were brand new boots for that hike. And so they survived that very well. Like they still looked brand new after they dried. And then there was last weekend's big catastrophe, and they also took a beating. So anyway, I'm not taking those to Europe just because like I don't know. I definitely could take them to Europe. Anyway, I decided to buy new shoes. No more. I've decided to like switch brands. So I really don't know. So I'm switching to Salomon. So I've never worn a hiking shoe before, but I thought I might give it a try. I know it's really bad to wear brand new shoes. They should be broken in, but yeah. But I also bought the boot version. I've never worn just a hiking shoe. I just don't know. Well, I'll have to make a decision soon. My flight is in exactly 12 hours. Anywho, so that is the only new. Hi, Ken. Yeah, you would have witnessed that storm as well. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And I just got an email from Algonquin Park saying that the Highlands Backpacking Trail, which is the trail that I was on, has washed out bridges, and there's a 2.7 kilometer reroute. And if you want to cancel, you can do so without charge, like due to the reroute. So I did cancel, not because of the reroute. I was just like I said, I'm just Algonquined out. So anyway, so to finish what I was saying, yes, that is the only new equipment that I bought. I'll be bringing one of those, either the shoe or the boot. Other than that, nope, not a single new thing. I've got everything. And then, yeah. So Ken, need to look into some of the Lake Superior coastal trails. I know about those, but I'm saying for the weekend, like I can't go. I don't know. Is that doable to go for the weekend? Hi. Oh, Deb. Is this Deb that I met 2 weeks ago on the Highlands Backpacking Trail? Oh, Moira. Hi. Nice that you were able to join, Deb. It was such a pleasure to meet you. And then Moira, I met the summer before. So not summer. I guess spring with I forget the names of your other friends. I remember the young girl with yeah. Well, it would have been right in the summer because I'm gone in the summer. I think it was right before the summer or maybe right after. Sarah, that's right, with the beautiful eyelashes. Oh, that's great. How are you guys doing? Have you still been doing like trips, backpacking trips together, or anything planned for the summer? And what about you, Deb? Anything planned for the summer? It was awesome to meet you too, Deb. Yeah, that was nice. So just wondering, yeah, Ken and Ken and Deb and Moira, any plans for the summer? Just some weekend trips for Deb. Like another park that I would love to do my weekend trips at is Killarney. It's just that it's so far. It's 400 kilometers. More hiking this summer for sure. Also finishing up the Bruce Trail. Oh, cool. Yeah, I still have to do. So I've already done the Bruce Trail once, and I'm almost done it a second time. I just have to do the peninsula section. Yeah, Frontenac. So I've been to Frontenac a couple times. Again, it's just that little bit further. And as much as I say I'm Algonquined out, I don't know. There's nothing like it either. Like it's just got this charm and magic that I feel when I'm there that I didn't really feel at Frontenac. I did at Killarney. I'm probably just really, just being a creature of habit and used to Algonquin. Anyway, I need a change, so I'm going to have to start giving some of these other options a go. Yeah, again, it's just that little bit of extra distance that makes them a little impractical for just a weekend trip. However, I could also not go every single weekend. But then what would I do? Stay in the city? Well, actually, something I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking so that I don't know if you guys know, but like I was a marathon runner before. I was a hiker. I've run 21, regulation marathons. I've run Boston 4 times, 2005, 2006, 2011, 2012. If you've read my books, you know this stuff. And I've run 31 ultra marathons, so 52 altogether. But I have not run a marathon at all since 2016. I've run some half marathons, and I'm kind of starting to feel the itch. So I think I might be signing up for a marathon for later this year. And so when I get back from the summer, I'll be in tip-top shape, as I always am at the end of these summer long through hikes. And I was thinking of just kind of riding that wave and training for a marathon after that. So maybe that can be part of the change I'm seeking. But yeah, like I could just drive to places where I can car camp, do some overlanding, explore some new places, and then just train for my marathon in those places. New trail opens in Algonquin today. Oh, 2.3 kilometers. I did hear. So what's the name of the new trail, Ken? Do you know? I really enjoyed this winter doing all of the shorter, the day trails with that beautiful snow cover. I was even thinking maybe next, like for winter break, like why not, finally get a hot tent and go up to Algonquin for like a week, staying in a hot tent and just, doing those day trails again. Yeah. And you know what kilometer marker is the new trail at, and what is it called? There are still a couple of the day hiking trails that I haven't done, just because, well, I don't know why. Because they're a little bit off the Highway 60 corridor, like 5 kilometers off, or this, and in the winter they were inaccessible. If anyone knows what the name, I guess I could Google it. Dizzy. Do you mean Mizzy? Oh yeah, Mizzy Lake Trail I've done. It's from the Visitors Center, but they do class. Well, there's that 400-meter hike at the Visitors Center, which is hilarious, and it qualify, like, they have a badge for it and everything. I forget what it's called. It might just. Oh, let's see here. This is like all my marathon medals and hiking badges. Let's see here. Algonquin Park. So, no. Yeah, the Lookout Trail. The Lookout Trail is from the Visitor Center, and it's like 400 meters. Is this still? Anyway. Try Manitoulin. Oh, Dinsdale Piranha. Like, so I recognize your name. Yeah, I know Manitoulin. I'd love to, but again, for the weekend, it's quite the drive. It's quite the drive. Even that's why I still have the Peninsula section left. It's been like a year and a half or something that I've just had, or maybe not that long, but certainly like a year That's why I haven't finished it, just because it's, it's that the drive to get out there. Manitoulin Island is it's a 6-hour drive. Oh no, what if I had to go that way? Then I have to take a ferry. Anywho, maybe I need to move. Robert, hello. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this way it still says 6 hours and 32 minutes, but it's less of a drive, that's for sure. This, if you go around, it's 557 kilometers, 6 hours, 17 minutes. If I take the ferry, it's only 362 kilometers, but it's actually it's 6 hours, 32 minutes. Anyway, a bit much for the weekend, but never say never. Cup and Saucer is a great hike on Manitoulin. Any running south of Canada this year? Running. Any running south of Canada? No, I have no running planned anywhere. And as far as hiking goes, nothing planned yet. Nothing planned yet. But yeah, I do want to start thinking about that. I loved the Grand Canyon. That was amazing. And when I was there, I stopped in at the backpackers office or whatever. There are other parts of the canyon that I didn't even look at when I booked, because it says must have not just backpacking experience, but must have Grand Canyon experience to book that part. So I went into the backpackers office and I asked about that, and she was like, yeah, like we're not, like, you can still book it. Like, anyway, now I do have Grand Canyon experience, but apparently I could have booked it from the get-go. Yeah, I don't think they want like just newbies showing up for that section. So they're legit, like, they're trying to scare off certain people, but I think I would be fine. So other than that desire, I really want to go back to the Grand Canyon. No, Robert, I don't have anything planned in Canada as of yet. I mean, south of Canada as of yet. I need your books. You read both my books? So where did Dinsdale Piranha? What's your first name? Are you a male, a female, and where? So you must be, if you're near Manitoulin, where are you generally? Not, I would love to write another book. I kind of feel like I don't choose. I have attempted many times, like when I did the Ozark Highlands Trail, when I mean, the GR10, I did write quite a bit, and I have, I think it was over 20,000 words, before editing. So it always expands, and, there's a potential book there. I've never though written something and then waited this long and then gone back. Anyway, I've got that saved. That could be a potential book one day. Yeah, the only two times that it really worked out, and I was like, no, there is a book here, and it never lost steam, and the vision was strong the whole time, were the 2 bike rides. I think that's because I created the trail. I wasn't just following Blaze's, following a trail. I created the trail. I went wherever fate led me. I really think that that's the difference. That's so, and the other thing I would like to do is showcase all of Canada. Now, I don't know if I can do that by bicycle or on foot. Like, some of it might have to be by car. Anyway, I've never been to PEI. I've never been to Newfoundland. Those I could definitely do by bicycle or on foot. But the 3 territories, I think, would be a car trip, which is fine, which that doesn't bother me at all. Yeah. So I would really like by the time I leave this earth, to have like all of Canada showcased in a series of books. So yeah, nothing planned yet, but I would really like to write again. I love having a writing project on the go. I really need, I really do need. Yeah, I just feel like I've been in kind of a little bit of a funk. It would be really healthy and good for me to have a writing project on the go. So, you know, here's hoping. I'm so glad that you enjoyed those. Dinsdale Piranha. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. Yeah, that makes me really happy. Thank you. Have you thought about doing the Appalachian Trail or Pacific Crest Trail? Yeah, but I hate how crowded they are. Um, it, so one day, but it's not a prior. Oh, it's not a priority for that reason. I don't like the amount of traffic. Also, those are like 6 month long. Like I don't want to do it in sections. I would like to do those as a through hike. So it looks like those will be retirement things. And yeah, despite the fact, it'll just be a different experience if there are a lot of people, and that's okay. Definitely. So I definitely would like to do, the Triple Crown, right? Pacific Crest Trail, Appalachian Trail, and the Great Divide Trail, for sure. Retirement, which is I basically have 9 teaching years left. Even though it's 8 years, 10 months, it's 9 teaching years that I have left. So it's not a lot. Yeah. You're going to have to hike across Canada. Really? Well, I don't know. I don't know about hiking across Canada. I could. I haven't done a bike packing trip in a while. I would like to do that again too. Yeah, and that's another thing. On the weekends, instead of just always making it about hiking, I should do some more bike packing. Like even if I bike packed out to like a regular campground, that's fine, and then bike packed home. Yeah, because I'm really needing to change up my weekends. Jeep Life and Two Dogs. Hello, Christine. I wanted to say I apologize for not being able to meet you at the book tour when you were at the Fairview Mall. I had to work at HD right around the corner. Oh, yeah, that's too bad. Anyway, that's my hometown, St. Catharines. I'm oh, um yeah, I think you've contacted me before, Jeep Life and Two Dogs. Anywho, oh, Jake, hello. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, Jeep Life and Two Dogs. I mean, you could email me if you want to give me your contact information. My email address is right on my YouTube homepage or about page. It's just womaninthewoods13@gmail.com. But yeah, I go to St. Catharines fairly often, see my aunt and cousin and me and goddaughter. Or whatever, like family. I've got lots of family there. So yeah, we could always meet another time. No, I worked at Christina's restaurant in Toronto. Ooh, my finger got really big there. Sorry. Yeah, if there's a Christina's restaurant in St. Catharines, I wasn't aware. If you read my first book, I believe I talk about working at, I talked in the intro, a short history of bicycles. I talk about when I used to work at Christina's restaurant downtown, or on the Danforth here in Toronto. And I'd work till, I think it was the Black Bull. Anyway, I would finish at from the Black Bull at 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning and then ride home at that time. And I just loved it. But I do think, anyway, that's a very French name. So how did you know about me working at Christina's, even though you were mistaken and you thought it was in St. Catharines? Uh, it, it, did you read that in my book? I thought you hadn't read my book. I don't know. I get confused easily. Anyhow, I do think I mention it in this book, but I really should reread my own books. I don't remember, everything that I said in them. Anywho, what about so you, Ghislaine, or Jake, or Dinsdale Piranha? What are your plans for the summer? I really, in these live streams, I wish it could be more like a Zoom call, like where I can see all of you, because I don't need to see my own face, and I don't get to see any of your faces, and I wish that I could. And I don't need to talk about myself this whole time. I'd rather hear. I'm happy to answer any questions, of course, but yeah, I'm just curious as to what you guys are also up to this summer. So, yeah, Jake recently, I got to stop pointing at my plan is to stay cool, stay fit, planning a trip to Japan. Very cool. Yeah, it's crazy that you and your friend there, Gemma, I think was her name. So I wrote down that trail that you guys did. What was the name of the trail that you guys did? But I can't believe you guys didn't wear like bug nets or have a thermocell. So no doubt that you guys got eaten alive eventually. But that was, when I saw, I had never heard of that trail until you guys hiked it. So I did write it down, and that one's not too far. But I thought that would be a good option for me to try as well, just to again change up my weekends. You forget the name? Well, anyway, I probably either bookmarked it. I don't know. Nope. 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 Anywho, I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere. I've got my hiking hit list. Maybe it's on there. I'd like to mention it in case anyone else is interested. The hiking hit list. Europe, USA, Canada. Oh, man. Anywho. I don't know what the name of that trail is. Oh, thanks. Great, you remembered. The Abs and Essence Trail. Yeah, so that's not too far away. If anyone ever has any suggestions, you've made many suggestions during this live stream. But if any new ideas ever come up, please contact me, because I'd really appreciate it. Another good one that is close is Devil's Lake Road. Devil's Lake Road, trailhead parking lot. See, yeah. So the Abs and Essence trailhead is only 3 hours, 30 minutes from me. 276 kilometers. So it's about the same as going to Algonquin, but just takes a little bit longer, I guess, because of, what if I took the 401? Just takes a tiny bit longer because of, I don't know, whatever the route. So what is Devil's Lake Road? And where is that? I'm in it. Abs. Okay, and what is it a backcountry? Like what is, it's a trail, I guess. It's a trail. Can you camp on it? Like, give me more information. And it's closer, you say, even better. Devil's Lake Road? Oh, Devil's Lake, Minden Hills. Ooh, that's super close. Uh, 176 kilometers, 2 hours, 32 minutes. Oh, that's great. Are you using your phone exclusively for videoing this trip, or do you use something like a GoPro as well? Just my phone. Just my phone. If it gets any more, if it gets any more complicated than it already is, I mean, it's not. No, sorry, I totally phrased that incorrectly. I have to keep things as simple as possible in order to do it at all. So, yep, I use iMovie. I do all my editing on the phone. I don't do any, any external programs or anything like that. So, nope. There is a what are they called again? Oh my God. They fly like they fly. It's a camera that flies far away. I actually bought one, and it's such a drone. Oh my God. Yes, a drone. There is a drone that I am interested in buying. It just basically, like, it can't go too far, it could follow behind me, that kind of thing. It's more in my price range. Like, to get a good drone, we're talking thousands of dollars. I bought a super cheap drone from, I think, Robert, you and I were speaking about this last year or something. I did go out and buy a cheap one, and I got exactly what I paid for it. I got a piece of poo that doesn't really work at all. I took it to a park to experiment with it. So that was a waste, and I hate wasting money or resources. Anyway, eventually I would like to buy this drone. I can tell you what it is called. It is called, this would be a great option. It is a DJI Neo. So it's really small. It's $250, perfect for filming short clips, follows you while walking, fits in your pocket. I am going to invest in that, at some point. And that would be the only, okay, yes, email me, Gislen. That would be the only extra piece of, equipment that I could see, adding to the mix. Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe I couldn't think of the word drone. Oh my God. Where's my coffee? Yeah. Oh, hey, Jay. Nice to see you. Well, sort of. Nice to see your name. Nice to hear from you. So, Jay, do you have any plans for the summer? Any hiking plans or otherwise? Oh. Algonquin. Cool. Like canoe trips or hiking, or what's your thing? I don't know. So, canoe kayak. Cool. That's awesome. Any new gear for your trip besides shoes? Nope, not a single thing. Not a single thing. So I'm just hoping that Jake Al will tell us a little more about the Devil's Lake Road hike. And Camper Christina, I recently met her. Well, I met her in the winter. She's lovely. Yeah, I was like you were, Deb, when I met Camper Christina. I was very, very happy and excited. Just was at Booth Lake last weekend. So I was there also for the tornado. Yeah, it was pretty crazy getting out of there. Yeah, it was quite the obstacle course. So I'm just gonna Google Devil's Lake. Yeah, like I could do one weekend, like each month, I could do one weekend of hiking, like backpacking, one weekend of destination, like car camping and training for my marathon, one weekend of bike packing, and one weekend of staying in the city. I don't know. Maybe Devil's Lake is about 4 kilometers to the lake. You may be able to go further. While there are a couple of camp spots, it makes a beautiful day hike. Yeah. Yeah, there are tons of paddle in spots I've never been to, and obviously like paddle routes that I've never taken. Yeah. Anyway, there is climbing and a beaver dam crossing. There are warning signs that it is considered rugged. My favorite thing in the world is scrambling. Oh my God, I love scrambling. So I'm assuming that's what you mean when you say climbing, Jake Al? Or do you have to bring like climbing gear? Because I do have climbing gear, but I'm assuming you mean scrambling, which I love. It's my favorite thing. Yeah. Well, is there anything else I wanted to mention? So yeah, I will publish it's called The Big Storm, my video from last weekend. I'll publish it, probably later today. And then I've got the Father's Day video on deck. And then it will be right into my summer through hike. Okay, good. No gear required. That's another thing I have not been doing is rock climbing. Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever thought of doing something like the Mississippi River Water Trail? Paddling for like 3,000 miles. So, the Mississippi River Water Trail, is that something that like basically an amateur could do? Because, like there are no rapids. I can obviously look into it, but yes, doing something like that sounds super appealing. The only thing with me, like with canoeing, kayaking, and oh, really? That is exciting. And now that's something that Jay could probably join me on, especially. I hope. Anyways, but right now he's injured. But he could do this even if he weren't fully recovered. I'm sure by next summer he will be. That does sound super appealing. That's a great idea. Even if I were by myself. The only reason I don't do more like paddle in spots and canoeing, kayaking is because of the sitting. I just prefer to be working harder. Like I shouldn't say that. Like, paddling is obviously tough work. I just feel like Monday to Friday, life is so convenient that I really want a good, long, strenuous workout on the weekends. But 3,000 miles, that would be a summer project. Yeah. That's a great, thank you for mentioning that, Beth. I'm going to mention that to Jane. Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of hard work in the portages. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, lots of great ideas. So, on the live stream, the recording, does it show this message history on the side? I hope so, because yeah, I want to look back and look at all of these great ideas. Yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, as far as what's in my backpack, I literally looked at my video description for this live stream from last year, what's in my GR5 backpack, went through it, and I was like, yep, that's exactly what I'm going to bring again. So it's no different at all. I can repost that list for sure, and I will weigh my backpack eventually. But it's pretty much nothing's changed. I've kind of got it down to, oh yeah, oh wait a second, new gear. So my backpack is new. So last year when I came back from the GR5, I was home less than 24 hours, and then I got in my car. I went up to Killarney Provincial Park. I did La Cloche Silhouette Trail, which I loved. I loved, and especially the way it worked out. And I had that, I would never plan for a rest day for such a short hike or for any hike. But there was just nothing available. So I had to stay put at this one spot, which was beautiful. And you could just dive into the water. It was amazing. Anywho, on that hike, I was like, why are my shoulders hurting? Like, that's odd. So sure enough, my backpack, the metal frame in the back, the lining at the top had totally come undone. It was a manufacturing, that was a brand new backpack. It was like a year and a bit old. So I sent it back to Gregory. And in the meantime, I wasn't going to not go backpacking on the weekend. So I bought another, exactly the same, a Gregory 63-liter Jade backpack. It's orange. I bought that as the replacement pack for the gray one that I had sent away. And then they did replace it. They sent me this midnight blue backpack. So it's so funny. So my midnight blue one, which is the replacement for the original one, so that is still the boyfriend. And then my orange one, I don't know where, it just like came into my head. The orange bag that I'm not using, also brand new, is called Mon Cowboy. Mon Cowboy. So I've got, yeah, in my lifetime, I'll definitely go through 2 backpacks. So I'm not worried about that, at all. But yeah, my backpack, is basically, new. McCrae Lake. So the thing about McCrae Lake is that it's become so popular. I've never been. I'm afraid to try it because it's become so popular. So it's crowded. The spots are used up. Apparently there's a lot of garbage. But what there is apparently are a lot of break-ins. So you leave your car and then you hike into the backcountry, and then someone comes along and breaks into your car. So I'm not saying I would never try it. I've got insurance, I would be devastated. But anyway, I am aware. I've got it bookmarked on I've known about McCrae Lake for a long time. I'm just hesitant because of what I've heard about it in the respects I just said. Are any of the trails you've been on up near Algonquin Park suitable for mountain dogs, or would you say that they are too hard for dogs? So Mizzy Lake, you are not allowed to do with pets because of the abundance of wildlife. Apparently, I've never seen anything on like any wildlife. I've seen moose on the Track and Tower Trail. Anyway, You're not allowed to bring dogs on the Mizzy Lake Trail, but all the other trails, you're allowed to bring dogs. They're short. I mean, I've never been a dog owner. I'd like to be. I'd like to be a dog owner. So I don't know, like maybe certain breeds, yes, maybe certain breeds, no. I have no idea, but yeah, I think dogs are fine on all the other trails. I think they're short enough for any dog. I think. Yeah. Well, it is getting close to 11 a.m. I know, I feel like I didn't really reveal too much or, have any new news. I just I just wanted to touch base, say hello, see what you guys are up to. Yeah, sort of apologize. I feel like, my channel is not as consistent as it has been in the past. And, hopefully some of these ideas will help with that for when I'm back. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to upload, I cleaned off my phone, all pictures and videos up until June 2025. I had over 11,000 files. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've got 301 videos on there, Yeah, there's a lot on there. And that's why, for example, my last video, which I don't know why some videos get such traction and others not at all. 2 videos ago, so like 1,600 views. And then the next video, which is almost exactly the same type of video, has only got 600 views. Probably it's the name of the video, Hypnotized by the Birdsong. Maybe it doesn't sound that exciting to some people. I guess the big storm will probably do well then. And then certainly my bigger adventures out, in Europe and in the mountains get even less. It's always my at-home weekend ones that seem to be the most popular. But anyway, for me, it's like, well, whatever works is great, and whatever doesn't work, oh well, because it's just my real life. I'm just doing what I do. But it is fun and exciting when certain videos do, take off and have a lot of views. That's fun for me, for sure. And yeah, like I said, I'm sure there's nobody of you, I'm sure none of you care that there, maybe instead of a video every single week, it's every 2 to 3 weeks. Because there's some really great videos that just got buried because I was putting out a video every week. So that's why I'm hesitant to put out this new one, The Big Storm, because my last video, which hasn't received that many views, will just get buried. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my goodness. It just doesn't matter. Up on the North Channel for the summer and fall. I can't. Retirement is great. Oh yeah. I can't wait for retirement. Whew. Yeah. Good for you. How long have you been retired? Yeah, I can't wait for retirement. It's going to be amazing. Thanks, Beth. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Jay. Robert. Ghislaine. Jake, everybody who's here. Phil. Ken. Did I miss anybody's name? I don't know. Thanks. It's nice to touch base before leaving. Oh, and Dan. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Dan. Right back at you. I really appreciate it. Oh, sorry. I did get one other new piece of new gear. My sleep pad. My hold on. Hold on. So this is my tried and true old sleep pad. You can see it's like because the brain goes over this part. So this part got washed out. The color got washed out from the sun. It comes, when you buy these, it comes folded the other way, but that's the side that I sleep on. So I was like, I don't know. Anyway, that's my old pad. It's still fine. I had there's a chunk out of it there. So part of me wanted to buy a new one, but I'm like, I don't need it. This is still 100% fine. But then for the Father's Day camp, my dad needed a sleep pad. And I was like, you know what, Daddy, this is just the perfect excuse for me to buy a brand new. It's exactly the same one, Canadian Tire. And he said, well, you sleep on the new one and I'll sleep on the old one. I said, no, you sleep on the new one so it can be infused with your aura and that can keep me safe over the summer. So he couldn't argue with me on that one. So there's also this is new. I'm going to take my new one. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So I'm going to end this live stream. Thank you for coming to say hello. I really appreciate it. Oh, I have to, I talk about these earrings in the video that I'm going to publish, The Big Storm, but yeah, these were a gift from Julie M. She showed up to the second annual Woman in the Woods group camp. And one of the first things she said to me was, where are your star earrings? And I was like, yeah, I don't have them anymore. Like they were really cheap pairs. I would wear them until they turned black. Then I would throw that pair out and put on a new pair. They were like $8 from Joe Fresh. I literally bought out their inventory. So for years I was doing that, just going through pair after pair after pair. Anyway, I finally ran out. So she sent me these 2 pairs. These are better quality. I've been wearing them through some sweaty, dirty camp weekends. They're not turning black at all. I'm so thankful because this is like my signature. I don't know. Anyway, I'm so thankful to have them. So thank you, Julie M. Come to the Hamilton Adventure Expo in January. Well, please remind me. And Ken Sherlock. Looking forward to seeing your adventures in Europe. Solo. Hello, Ken. I'm just about to end the live stream, but hello. Nice to hear from you and say hello. Hello, Solo H. Again, I'm just about to shut down the live stream, so sorry. Bonjour. Anyway, any of you can always contact me at any time, womaninthewoods13@gmail.com. Enjoy your summers. Thanks for everything. And that's it. That's it. Au revoir. Ciao. Thank you. Have a great summer. Bye.